What's up, everybody? I'm Tamara, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Be sure to like the video so that the algorithms work and so that people who need my help can get it. And also be sure to subscribe, because if you don't, you may never find my channel again, because the title is hard to find. It's a little generic, so even I can't find my own channel, which is so sad. But anyways, today we're going to talk about Cptsd, BPD, borderline personality disorder. Get busy. Get busy. And I think that is the key to a lot of your happiness, your healing, your just making life a little sweeter. Now, before I get into that, one of the things that gets in the way of that is that I believe that these two types of people, who some people say are the same, but I think there are differences, and some people have both of these at the same time. What gets in the way is you're in a battle all the time. You're in a fight. You're in a fight with your mind, trying to control it, trying to overcome anxiety, trying to control your emotions, trying to regulate emotions that don't naturally regulate. So you may feel angry a lot, or you might have rage outbursts, or you may get triggered really easily by certain things. So you have to find things to do. I know somebody who I definitely think has CPTSD. He's always playing with Rubik's Cubes or using some type of stress gadget everywhere he goes. Sometimes he puts on headphones to cancel out noise when he's feeling agitated. So you have to find things that you can do so that you can fidget a little bit, so that you can get out of your own way, so that you can keep your mind stimulated and active in a way that reduces the anxiety, the abundance of anxiety, and maybe even sometimes depression that you may feel. So don't be afraid to find little things. I like to play with rubber bands. I may have some in my pocket that I'm stretching and that I'm twisting, or I may put it on my wrist and pop it. That's something that you can do, especially if you are a cutter. You can try that, use rubber bands. So the problem with us telling borderlines and CPTSD, heal, 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 do this technique, work really hard. You're already working really, really, really hard all the time, harder than your average person. So when we tell you that you need to try this technique, go to therapy, do these things, if you're doing everything you can to keep life going and to make yourself okay, if you already have all these defense mechanisms in place and you're working very hard to just stay stable, and now you feel some abandonment fears from somebody, and so you're going into acting out and trying to feel okay and not be afraid, that is enormous, enormous work. So asking somebody who already is working really hard to do one more thing is a really difficult thing to ask them to do. And yet I'm going to ask you to do it. I like baby steps. I like tiny steps. Somebody else might think that is, you're not doing anything. I know a tiny step is a huge thing. I remember when I wasn't used to exercising at all, I started exercising like I would get on the treadmill 5 minutes a day. And I remember a friend said, "Oh, Tamara, that's not enough." But 5 minutes times 7 is 35 minutes a week. 35 times 4 is what? So that's more than what I was doing, and it gave me somewhere to build. A lot of times people try to start off really big and it backfires, and I didn't want it to backfire this time. I wanted to do something that I could build upon, add 1 minute, add another minute, slowly, so that I wouldn't sabotage the whole thing by saying, I'm going to exercise an hour a day. Sometimes that's ridiculous. How about reprogram your mind 1 minute at a time? How about commit to a 1 minute activity that you're going to do every day? Like saying what you're thankful for. And I used to like really think that is such a waste of time, but it really helps to just take a minute to say, I am so thankful for the picture on the wall. I'm thankful that I have a table. I'm thankful that I have a car. I'm thankful that I can have paper that I can write on. I'm thankful that somebody invented ink pens. I mean, just the simplest thing. You know, you may want to try that to try to reprogram your brain. I would definitely not suggest overloading it. Truly start tiny, okay? And I found this article called 100 Plus Creative Things to Do When You're Bored to Pass the Time. Sometimes borderlines can deal with chronic boredom. And it's by Selena Barrientos and Liz Schumer. And I'm going to list a few of the things like I think, and that's the crux of this video, is get busy, because the other part of being a borderline, I don't think CPTSD can kind of get a favorite person, and or they can focus too much on somebody that they're going after and attacking because they're angry, and this might be somebody that they're really reliant on, that they're turning into an enemy. You got to watch that. You got to be careful of that. Don't try not to do that, okay? So both types need to shift their focus. They need to spread it out. Do not just center your energy on one person. Like, oh my God, this is my favorite person. I got to call her every day. I got to talk to him every day. You need to shift it to many different things so that lots of places can get the benefit of your energy, many different organizations. So if you find yourself doing that, you want to spread it out. And that's hard to do, but no person can handle all that energy, not one person. So you want to spread it out to people, places, things, different organizations that you can be a part of. Make sure that you do that, because it will also help you to calm your energy down when you are involved in church, or you decide, I'm going to buy presents and give them to everybody at church. I know somebody who did that, and I'm going to give them gifts that they can give to other people, or I'm going to focus on military veterans and do things for them. You can find lots of different, and it can be unique. I knew somebody that decided to give gifts to people in their neighborhood with the pandemic, like cute little notes that they gave to everyone. And it started this whole little trend where now every year they gift each other, or they bring each other food. So spread your creativity. You are very creative, highly intelligent people. So use some of that for the good of society. So just a big search that people are looking for. Like, you can do some crafts, you can do fun, kid activities if you have children. You can look up things that you can do when you're bored. You can look up things that you can do inside your house. So anyway, back to that article. I'm going to list a few things that they said. Number 1, play an instrument. Learn to play an instrument. Number 2, write a short story. 3, do a deep dive on a subject that interests you. 4, fill out a crossword puzzle. 5, do origami. 6, play a board game. 7, put together a puzzle. 8, watch a rom-com marathon. 9, sing along to some Disney songs. 10, plan your next getaway. And something I've been using is music, to get me out of certain moods. Feel yourself sinking into a negative headspace or dipping into depression. It feels horrible. It is a really terrible feeling. So you want to choose happiness. You want to fight for happiness. So try to do some of the things that I mentioned. And also, one of the things that I did during the heart of the pandemic was I wrote 2 books. I had to channel my anxiety somewhere where I thought it would be useful and actually help somebody. I'm sitting on all this knowledge, and it's just for me. I've been studying personality types for a long, long time. I've also been a counselor, so I've helped people with relationship issues. So why not put those things in books that other people can use and it will help them? And it was so difficult writing those books. For some reason, my neighbors were super noisy during that time. I guess they were bored to tears because of the isolation. So it was hard to write it. And yet I did it. And it's not perfect. Goodness, it's not perfect. But I think there are a lot of things in there that can help you. So I'll put the links in the description box. And you guys have a wonderful day. And thank you for listening to me today. You could have been doing all kinds of things. So thanks for choosing my videos. And I hope you will watch the next one. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye, lovely people.